Hello and welcome back to Bevo's Tech Pack, episode number 40 something. I have no idea. It is currently Sunday evening here. Today was Super Bowl Sunday, and I've got to tell you I have no idea what happened because I don't particularly care for football. Don't care for many sports actually. That's way to. I'm so ashamed of myself. Anyway, so last episode we were actually playing around with some villagers, and it's I would love to say that I now have a ton of villagers and stuff, and I have all that I'll ever need. But actually there was a problem. I had the vanishing blocks down here, right? And I was using them to dispose of villagers I didn't want. Unfortunately, the little guys, they were falling through the blocks, so the only thing I actually succeeded in doing was making emeralds. So it's currently I went ahead and I took those out, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until I have maybe about another 10 villagers to put into a little breeding cell here, and then at that point I'll go ahead and I'll fix the floor here with probably a drawbridge. Didn't want a drawbridge, but it looks to be the best option. Actually, I think I need 3 drawbridges, but I can take care of that later. Today's episode is going to be a bit of a building one. I realize they pretty much almost all are building ones. But what I want to do is I would like to give this little tower a little bit of TLC. Right now, the primary thing that I'm thinking about is that when I originally designed this, I had somewhat of a plan that I wanted to do in terms of like floors and general layout and stuff. Like at one point, I wanted to have like a little food court type area, and I don't have that. I might be able to work that into like this floor if I make like Soylent Villager or something. But really it's because right now I have my library I need to fix. I have this floor right here, which is going to have my villager stuff as well as the trading. So I mean, I could do that as the food court. I could have like a little mall type thing and then food court. Could work. Here we have, this is ore processing. Really, I don't need that much space. I could definitely rework it, but we're not touching this floor today. That's too much work. I can do that off camera. And at the very top, we have the Botania area, which I'm actually kind of happy with. The only thing I really need to do up here that's of any immediate importance is I need to actually find a source of mana to keep this gateway open so I can start getting some stuff. And that ties back into this thing over here, which, again, we're not working on quite yet. I just want a nice little relaxing episode, and for that, what I'm thinking is we are actually going to attempt to see how a reimagined tower would look. One of the first things that I'm going to have to do, and it will take a little bit, is I need to go ahead and clear out all this glass and stuff. I'm actually going to replace it with stone, fill everything in, so we start with a basic blank slate. No pun intended, stone and slate. And anyway, I will be leaving the skystone struts and stuff because I really do like the way those looks. The glass windows, though, they're all going to be filled in. It's all going to be fair game. Hopefully I'll be able to get something kind of interesting out of this. I'll tell you what, though. Rather than just listen to the sound of glass breaking for the next probably 5 minutes, let's go ahead and see what it looks like. Alright, so check this out. My tower is now a gray box. Though to be fair, it was pretty much a gray box before, it was just a gray box with windows. And you are not supposed to be that way. That's gonna bug the ever-living poo out of me. Oh, I just had it too. Oh, freaking hammer. Please go back. You know what? I think I'm going to cut my loss here and just stop. Oop. There we go. So much better. Anyway, I went ahead, I filled in all of my windows, as well as I broke them all down. And as an added bonus, if we come around the back here, I actually put up scaffolding for the rest of the skystone. I don't have the skystone for this yet, but when I do, I can just go ahead and put it in here, and this glass right here will get replaced with the skystone too. So that was something that I've been putting off that I really did need to get done. The other thing that I need to do is I need to actually either make slabs using the painting machine, put them down here, or I need to get carpenter's blocks and collapse them. I have a little bit of a mixture because these are carpenter's blocks, but I think near the front I actually use painted slabs. Yeah, these show up as stone slabs, so those were actually from Ender IO. They were painted. And these are carpenter's blocks. They do the same thing. I'm kind of curious as to which is actually better for performance. I don't know. I would imagine that these would be. And this is only because when you paint these guys, they just take whatever shape, right? Whatever texture. These things are actually blocks that you modify and push down to slabs and then add an item to. So I really don't know, but my money would be on those things since they are their own item. So what we're going to do today, now that we have no windows, we're going to go ahead and go back inside here. We're going to go up to the floor right here. Hey there, villagers. How you doing? We're missing one. There should have been one with an eye patch in there. Oh well, we're not going to question it. So we are in here because this is the least decorated room within the entire tower, so it's easier to move stuff around. As an attempt to purtify this, or otherwise make it look somewhat interesting, what I'm going to do, we're actually going to go ahead and make some double thick walls. And the reason why we're making double thick walls is so that we can add some kind of like depth to them. So well, I'll show you. Just for an example, let's go ahead and plaster this wall up real quick. Right now I'm just using the smooth white stone from Mine Factory Reloaded. It's the closest thing I could find to the texture that I wanted. I think wool and clay from Chisel would have been my next bet, but I don't have any wool. So for now we're going to go with this, even though it does look kind of dirty. Just a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. Alright, anyway. So where is dead center for this room? Dead center is right here. That means that would be a bad spot for a window. So let's go ahead and put one there. Okay, so the thing that is going to be kind of bad about this is that since I am doing double thick walls, if I do a window, we're actually going to be able to see. Whoop. You know, it helps if you leave the jetpack on if you're going to plummet to your death. Alright. It's actually a really good spot for a window. So the downside to doing the walls like this is that you clearly see the interior block and the exterior block, so it doesn't look necessarily so hot. However, and this is a big however, I'm willing to deal with that, or at least try to attempt to cover it up with some other way. Because if we go ahead and get this clear glass? No, I don't want that. I want thickened glass. Okay, we're going to go ahead and saw some of this in half. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more. There we go. So the reason I have this is I've mentioned before when I was messing with some other stuff, this stuff has a connected texture. So that looks like it's a solid piece. And using microblocks, I can actually set it up so that we end up having a block that is offset half of a block. So this is actually, this is going to be block in a lot of words. I'm sorry about this. But within the two blocks here, we have one block taken up by glass that's offset by half of a block. And that gives it a little bit of like little depth to it, as if the window pane is set in a little bit, without having the wall be paper thin, nor requiring us to use a pane. And I don't particularly care for the pane textures or the way the panes look. I think this is much better. The only downside to this is that thanks to the way that these glass and stuff renders, we see the, get down, we see the interior border right here, and the outer border of this closest slab right there. We can't see the other side. If we go ahead and break this down for now, it works the exact same way. We can only see the one that's in front of us. However, I think in terms for windows that something like this looks a lot better than just doing something that's just flush with actual blocks, and it's infinitely better than panes. I can't stress this enough. I really don't like the way panes look. So my next challenge is, as I do this, I need to actually figure out a way to make it so that this doesn't look completely terrible. And I'm thinking it might be time to break out some, like, maybe some stairs or something. Just make it look like it's got like a windowsill or something. I don't want to go too fancy dancy on here because I just want to make sure that that it looks like a window. And it sounds really stupid, but that's my main goal. Make it a window. If it's a window, I'm happy. All right. Also, I want to make it a consistent sized window. By doing interior walls like this, I also open up the ability to actually go through and, oh, let me in. I open up the opportunity to go in and do interior walls as well. Oh wow, I'm almost out of stone. Let's turn that off, and we'll turn the engine off again until I plummet to my death. We'll be good. As it turns out, I might have forgotten to put a light in there. My bad. You know, even so far, I'm liking the way this is looking. The entire area looks brighter. I mean, the light levels really haven't changed that much, but just by having windows on every wall here, this looks much, much better, and I don't have to worry about the little up arrow, down arrow thing going on. I think I have an idea of what will work for this windowsill, actually, and I want to see how well I can do stuff with the... Well, I don't know if I can actually make micro blocks using the chisel stuff here. I can. Ooh. Alright. Originally, I was going to do like wood paneling around the bottom because I thought that might look pretty good. But the problem with this is spruce too, and that is spruce, and it's pretty much the same color. So, oh, I have that sound fast still, so I need to fix that. So here's the question. If I do, let's make these a little bit thinner. Cover. Yeah, that is as thin as it goes. All right. And then I could do something like this. Oh, it stops the textures from being connected. Poop. That's terrible. If only these were still connected, that would be fantastic. Alright, so we can't do that. There's one other thing I can do, though I was hesitant to do it. It should work okay, though. Let's go ahead and let's go down to the basement real quick. And we need to actually get some carpenter blocks. Go ahead and make me up 100 of those guys. You know, this is really the only thing I've really automated after moving everything around down here is carpenter's blocks. Alright, and we need to get some regular stone. There we go. Alright, back upstairs. Alright, where do you want to try? Let's go ahead and try on the window right over here. Alright, so what we're going to have to do to get this to work right is fix this so it's not on fast. Okay, good. Slow. Slow's good. Huh. Okay, so we got the stairs. Let's go ahead and put the stairs back. Good job. Good job. Alright, now carpenter blocks. Now, I believe I only need to do this for the bottom bit. Maybe. Yeah, no, it's doing the entire ring around the window. If I don't need it, I can fix it. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to do basically around the window frame itself, we're going to have a ring of carpenter blocks 2 thick. And the reason we're doing carpenter blocks is even though the primary thing people use them for is to hide, say, stairs or like slopes and stuff, you can also use them to add, well, they're kind of like covers to a block. It just extends out one space from the carpenter block itself. Like right here, I didn't actually need a carpenter block. Alright. Alright, we got that. And anyway, so what I'm planning on doing is we go ahead, put down these carpenter blocks. We can use like the blocks we already have, like the smooth white stone and stuff, to disguise them for their main texture. Where'd you go? Okay, first things first, let's go ahead and add the stone since we're on the inside now, and we will not be able to get easy access back to those guys. So far, so good. I need a little, there we go, a little closer to be able to reach that. Okay, so we took care of that. Now we need more blocks. The question is, how much of a performance hit will I get by doing this? And really, unfortunately, any hit is too much of a hit. Alright, so we have the spruce things here. Let's go ahead and get the actual blocks itself. Now, if we go ahead, come around here, we can right-click like that. That's awesome. I think that's exactly what I want to do. I don't need to do it on the outside, I just need it on the inside here so it looks like we have a windowsill, and I think that is fantastic. So what we'll do is, instead of doing an entire ring of carpenter blocks like this, I just need to do the interior bottom 3, and we get this nice little windowsill action going on. Oh yeah, I like that. However, I'm going to need quite a bit of time to go ahead and do this. It's a lot of little stuff. And let's be honest, I don't think that's really too terribly exciting for most people. So there's one other thing I wanted to take a poke at and see how these guys are doing. We have a significantly larger amount of villagers now. Where is that guy? It's above, okay. Anyway, they're doing quite good. We even have some newer trades over here. We even have one trading for a hoe. That's pretty nice. That definitely makes the farming stations easier to use if we can just trade for hoes instead of having to use diamonds. We also have one just, what is this, for reusable, or is it for... Yeah, that's not bad. I'm very pleased with some of the trades they're offering. I may not get any emeralds from them yet. Anyway, I will see you in the library. Alright, welcome to my library. If you notice, there's something missing. That being the enchanting table and 2 pylons I had over there, which are now in my hand. Also missing is the enchanter from Ender.io, which this thing is fantastic. So what I'm planning on doing is something I've wanted to do for a while that I've never really bothered setting up. Now that I have the mob farm going, I have a relatively decent supply of experience and stuff that I can basically use for enchanting. I mean, for the most part, what I'm going to be doing, it's mostly going to be the enchanter, since this lets you actually basically make whatever you want, as long as you have enough levels and enough items. So you really can't argue with that. Though I do like me some regular enchanting. What I've gone ahead and done is I've torn up the little work area bench / desk that was right here. We're going to go ahead and leave a space here to put down a interior wall at a later point, which means I'll do it when nobody's watching. So that means whatever we're going to build is going to be to this wall right here. And what I'm thinking it would be a good spot is I would like to have what looks like... That was loud. What looks like a traditional little enchanting setup, but has a little bit extra to it. And if we're going to be doing that, what I'm going to need to do is align my enchanting table on this row of stuff right here. Let's see, if we're going to do that, that means that'll be book, space, table. Alright. Now, since I'm using pylons, I really don't need that many books. And they're going to actually, well, you know what, let's find something out. I don't know how far away these pylons can be or how high off axis they can be. So let's see if this registers as I need something you can enchant. It goes up to 4, so no, that doesn't register. It's got to be on the same level. Four. Okay. Let's try 1 out. Okay, so that registers. Get out of there. That also registers. Okay, so that's good. That does give me a little bit of leeway in what I want to do. Especially considering that means I can then have my pylons floating. See, if this goes by the range of what a regular table is, I could probably get away with that. No, that's too high. Okay, 1 down. 1 down's good enough. Alright, so we'll put this here, and this one will go right there. And please ignore the villagers in the background. Give me false. You can give me 17. Torch is in the way, right? Yeah, it was the torch. Okay. Alright, so we got that down. The next thing that we're going to need to do is actually get something with silk touch. Or, well, you know what? Are there any one of these that I can safely cannibalize? I don't think there is. What we can do is we can take some books that I have there and make a craft... No, there's no point in making a crafting table. I have a station right here. Alright. We do want to make this spruce into something I can actually craft with. I kind of wish that the chisel blocks for like the wooden stuff still had the or dictionary tag for regular planks, so you can still use it for crafting. Need more books. Oh, that's the wrong way. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we can get here. None of these actually look like they'll be exceptional for use on like a floor or whatever, but let's go with the boring pastels, hoarders. Skip one of those guys. 2 of those. And 3 of that one. Alright. So that means right where this thing is going to be, we're going to have a empty space. Can we do anything with this? No. Alright, I really don't want to use the Sakura in here. I want to go get some more oak wood real quick. Just because I want to have it match somewhat with what we already have. Anyway, oak. Hey, what do you know? I had some left over. What's this? Robust twilight oak. Yeah, we're not growing that in here. Those things are huge. Alright. So we have that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and carve up a little bit more of this. I figured we'll go ahead and we will, I think 4 more should be enough, maybe. Yeah, 4 should be enough. It is the oak wood panel, and we do have some of those. Does this work? It does. Now, really, for what I'm doing, I probably should have left at least 1 more space out, but that's okay. Alright, so we have that. That looks pretty freaking awesome, right? So enchants. So we got that bit. The next thing up is actually the printing press. Now, this does not actually need to be next to the enchanting stuff, but I kind of want it to be, because we're going to be doing something with applied energistics real quickly. Alright, so what we're going to have here, we're going to hide some stuff underneath the floor here. Let's just go ahead and clear a little bit of a work area. We don't need too much space, we just need enough. Alright, so we have some filing cabinets. I really only need 1 for what I want to do, is because I want to store books in them. So we'll go ahead and break that for now. So filing cabinet, and this will be for the books. And we have 1 more, which I guess we'll use for the chases. Alright. Even though I plan on making 1 and then using it, so it's not really... I really don't need 2 of them down here, so I'll tell you what, let's just get this back. We're going to get the ME storage bus. Alright, and we want to format that for enchanted books, though at the moment I do not have any. So let's either go make 1 or let's go get 1. Okay, so we got that. We're going to go ahead and add on the ME terminal right here in front of the press. Yeah. Yeah, I'm liking that. Alright, so we have the oak wood here. We're going to cut this down into not the really, really thin stuff, but just like that. That way we don't have any really extra. I think I might need to put the terminal down last. That or it has to be a panel. Let's see if this works. Nope, that did not work. Okay, so I need a hollow one. You know, I'm going to actually just save myself the headache. Let's go make the right ones from Applied Energistics. You can use market blocks for this, but AE has its own system that was made just for AE. There's no reason not to use it. Combine those down. Alright, and the, what is it, an anchor? There we go. Alright, so we have the cable facade here for the oak wood plank. We're just going to go ahead and put down our terminal, and then around the edges here we're going to add it on the cable facade. I think I just go ahead and, do I need a shift or do I need to, no, I didn't want you there. Alright, let's like, get this first, let's break this. What can I get rid of for now? Get rid of the chisel, pick up the panel. There we go, that's a lot better. That should not have been that hard to put up. Alright. There we go. As far as anyone knows, that is a regular plain wood post with a terminal in it. Alright. So it's going to come down. That's good. We need an energy acceptor on here. We'll go ahead and put there. Get a handy dandy dimensional transceiver. So that has power. That's good. And we need to make an enchanted book so that we can key this thing. Alright. So let's see. Partition. Oops, no. I think I actually need an upgrade to be able to make it fuzzy. Yeah, I do. I may actually have the stuff in my system to do that. For now, what we can do is just put a book in here, and that should be fine. And then we have access to power 1. Let's go ahead and make a few more. Power 1. Sharpness 1. Power 1, sharpness 1. It's showing one of each for those, but there should be 2, yeah. So there's something a little funky between the storage bus and the filing cabinet. Though it does work, so yeah, there we go. It's odd, but it works. So that's good. Well, it'd be better if it was not odd, but no, that works, it's fine. Alright, so we have book storage here, so that's good. The only other thing that I was originally planning on doing involved using a thing for ink, but really I'm not really too terribly worried about it. So we have our gas trophy here and our enchanter. We have our little book thing here. At a later point I'm going to add in an ME drive to this so that I'm actually able to store some ink sacs and stuff up here. I am not worried about that right now. I primarily just want to get this functional. And I think the next thing I really want to do is I need to get like some conduit or piping or something, because I don't like this on the floor, but I just don't want to have it sitting on a block, if that makes any sense. I don't think it looks particularly good for that. Give me all your XP. That's so much XP in there. 167 levels. That is some serious amount of enchanting. Especially considering all the stuff you can make. Though I think it takes like a complete stack of dark steel to make protection 4 or 5, so that's pretty expensive actually. Oh yeah. Anyway, this episode's actually... I have not done a lot, but I mean really a lot of the stuff I need to do off camera. Just because this building is going to take me quite a bit of time. And I'm still trying to figure stuff out, though I do have to admit I really do like the way that this looks right here. And I'm probably going to go with something like this at all my windows, just because it gives it a nice little kind of a windowsill-like feel. If you have any suggestions as to what you think it might look better than this, please feel free to let me know. I want to go ahead and thank you for watching this episode of Bevo's Tech Back. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave a message in the comments below, and as always, have a good day.